Red lights, we are live.
We are live.
We are Matt Tyler. Like a bit of a staple on the podcast now, mate.
It's a recurring event, isn't it? It just I feel like once a week I'm basically starting to take over Tori's position.
Yeah, and you're much prettier, mate, to be honest, so I'd rather talk to you.
Debatable, I think.
Yeah, we should do a poll. I don't think you'd come out too well. But...
Depends what you're asking, yeah.
Yeah. So we're on to talk about the Defiant Games. You've had a bit of a tough job programming this, really, because I'm a pain in fucking arse, aren't I?
No, you're not. It's just you know what you want. So I think this is always the way. I think anyone that comes into programming for any competitions or do anything like, it's always very much down the line of, okay, right, well, you're running it. What do you want from it? You know, how long do you want people on the floor for? What type of kit do you want them using? What type of stimulus do you want from that? Like, I think it's almost a bit arrogant and egotistical for the person programming to come in and try and make. It's more than just the programming, isn't it? It's more than just the programming that runs the competition.
Yeah, I think that it depends, doesn't it? Because I'm not like trying to tell you how to program. It's just like, right, this is this competition. It's all inclusive. It needs to factor in the fact that it can't be overly heavy. So you've got pretty strict parameters to work in, and then you've got freedom. But I do think like it is one of them weird things though that like don't bring in a programmer and program it yourself, but yeah, you're looking at it from a different lens with the way you program to what we would. So we have obviously had to have conversations to make it work. And I think we have. I'm pretty happy with the tests overall.
Mate, I'm happy. I think it's going to be a good. Well, it's going to stick in theme of how the Defiant Games has been over the last few years as well. So it's not something that's going completely out of left field.
Yeah, because we pride ourselves on being an all-inclusive comp, so no rig, no high skill, which I guess as a programmer, it doesn't leave you much to work with when we're saying you can't do any of this shit. But anyway, without further ado, I reckon we'll just get straight in. Last week, we dragged it out a bit by recapping all the other workouts, but I think we're going to dive straight in, mate. So over to you, Matt Tyler.
Right, so I think this is another one. Have we come up with an official name for it yet? This is basically our teamwork workout. So when designing this one, it was very much around what team will communicate the best together, what team will operate the best together, and what team will know each other the best. You can't just kind of sit back and let one person do all of it. So we are going to do an interval workout. We are going to work for 3 minutes on and 1 minute off. And we're going to do 3 rounds of that. And all 3 rounds in your team of 3, you will be using the worm. So it's a 50-kilo worm. And in the first interval, we will be looking to complete an AMRAP of 12 shoulder to overhead with the worm and 12 burpees over the worm. So that'll only be 2 people working with those burpees, but we'll go into specifics in a minute. So that'll be the first interval, 3-minute AMRAP. Then you'll have a minute off. You'll go into another 3-minute AMRAP. This time we're going to drop the rep scheme down by 3, and we're going to change the shoulder to overhead for worm squats. So it'll be an AMRAP of 9 worm squats and 9 burpees over the worm. We'll have 60 seconds rest, and we'll go into the third 3-minute window, which will be a 6-rep 3-minute AMRAP. So 6 reps of worm thrusters and burpees over the worm. So kind of as we touched on there, it's going to be a 50-kilo worm. So we spoke about this beforehand. So to make it inclusive, the gents will be asked to use just 2 athletes working at any one time throughout. However, because the ladies will also be on a 50-kilo worm, we will allow the ladies, if needed, to use 3 people on the worm movements. So it'll be 2 people doing the burpees, but they can use 3 people to do the worm squats, the worm thrusters, and the shoulder to overhead if they wish. Outside of that, they can exchange that third person in and out whenever for both teams. And with the burpees, it's kind of normal standards on the burpees. So they can be lateral to the worm. They can be facing the worm. That's absolutely okay. They can jump up and jump over, step up, jump over, step up, step over, whatever they wish. We're just going to ask them to be synchronized on the floor at the same time. So chest, thighs on the floor at the same time, either side of the worm.
There we go.
Did I miss anything?
No, I think that's good, mate. And just to reiterate on that, the worm weight, it is a female worm, so it's what we've always used at the Defiant Games. The first year we had 70 and 50s, but last year all the worms were 50 and all the girls managed it fine. But in the spirit of being all inclusive, like Matt says, if the ladies need to have 3 people on it, they are more than welcome to. Just means less rest, but if it helps you get it up and get it moving, that's what she said, then you are more than welcome. So you might have noticed, anyone watching this that's familiar with the other workouts that we've discussed, that follows the same time frame as acid bath. Well, it didn't, but it does now. So acid bath has been increased to 3 minutes on, 1 minute off from the 2 minutes on and 1 minute off. And the reason for that is we're going to run these workouts simultaneously. So workouts 3 and 4 for the ladies will be acid bath and into the worm. And for the men, it'll be worm into acid bath. So there'll be 16 lanes on the floor. 8 lanes will be the females completing acid bath. 8 lanes will be the men completing the worm workout at the same time. And then workouts 4 will be the opposite, depending on what you've done first. So that's why the timings match on those. And then similar story with workouts, where it'll be 1 and 2 on the day. It'll be the DT run 2.0 and thrust to the max. So they'll be the same time, the main 9-minute AMRAPs, and you'll be going at the same time on those as well. So we did it that way so that we can we didn't need as much equipment. It made it a bit easier for setup and making things a bit more fluid on the day. And it also means that like we didn't want to swap it out too much, so that all the men will do the same order of workouts and all the females will, rather than if we mixed it up too much and the men were doing different workouts, it wouldn't be fair throughout the day. And it's worked out for us perfectly, because now the timings we're looking at getting the podiums done around 4:15. So I'll have you all on the road by 4:45, which is it's just good for the comps because it's a long day. Dragging it out and staying late isn't good for anyone. So us doing this with the timings, the structure, and making stuff flow a little bit better should mean for a better day all around. So we're trying it this year, see how it goes, and then we'll see for next year. So anything you reckon we've missed, Matt? Anything that we need to cover off?
No. I think just we've gone through the order. Have we released the order of the workouts?
I've not released it completely, but basically workouts 1 and 2 on the day will be the DT run 2.0 and then thrust to the max. So both the barbell workouts will be in the morning. Like we said, men will start on one, women will start on the other, then you'll flip. And then in the afternoon, it will be the worm workout that we've just talked about and acid bath. And like I said, men and women will do that in different order, but continuous throughout, whichever sex you are. So that's it really, mate. So just to recap the workout, we haven't named it yet. I'll come up with something rubbish. But we've got 3 windows of 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. Your first one is 12 worm shoulder to overheads into 12 2-people sink over worm burpees. Burpees can be step, jump, lateral, facing, any way you want, as long as you're both synced on the floor. Then we'll go into the second 3-minute AMRAP, which is 9 squats and 9 sink over worm burpees. And then we'll go into the final one, which is 6 thrusters and 6 sink over worm burpees. Like we talked about with the burpees, 2 sink, and women, if you want to use 3 people on your worm, you are welcome to. So we've got a nice 12, 9, 6 rep range, 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. And if that is your last workout of the day, you'll be able to send it safe in the knowledge that you have nothing to do after that. So we expect to see some blood, sweat, and tears. And we know everyone hates a worm, so you knew it would come in.
Would you rather finish on the worm or finish on acid bath?
I think I'd finish on acid bath because I would absolutely kill myself and it would just be magical.
I think that's what we're hoping to see.
And we've done that as well. Like we have listened to feedback. So acid bath has always been our opening workout at the Defiant Games. And each year, people say, "Oh, it was a bit of a brutal workout to start with." And each year, I say, "Well, you should have warmed up properly." But apparently, no one ever does. So we've made it. It could be a last workout of the day. So now I guess people come to me and say, Can't believe you made us in bath last. That was miserable.
Yeah,
But
you know what? I don't think I've actually ever competed anywhere where there's been like a full send kind of cardio workout to finish on. So I actually did 1 year down at the British Masters that involved rowing, C2 bike, and then burpee box jump overs, and I went full send on the bike and lost the ability to jump over the box. But other than
I remember that first rep was
do you
shady,
remember that?
weren't it?
Like literally, a 24-inch box has never seemed so high. But normally we have like a lot of kind of full send kind of cardio workouts that first workout of the day, and it's got pros and cons to it, hasn't it? You know, you can walk out the back of that writing yourself off for the next kind of 10 hours. But this is going to be a nice little bit of barbell work to tease them in and get them ready for it.
And I think, like, end of the day, any workout is shit if you don't warm up properly. We're going to give people plenty of time to warm up, so just do that, and then you'll be all right.
Plenty of time to warm up or lose the wheel, one or the other.
Yeah. Right, we're done, mate.
All done.
Kept that pretty short and sweet, haven't we? Because you chat a lot, and I really do. So I think we've done well there.
Nailed it.
Smashed it. Right, cheers for jumping on, mate. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.